Alright, so we woke up at bar 10. It was a good night. It was freezing, it was way below freezing. It was 28 degrees at night, or maybe even less, 25. We had a diesel heater all night, but right at 6 o'clock in the morning it stopped working for whatever reason. But anyway, we are now on our way to a lookout into the Grand Canyon called Whitmore Lookout or Whitmore Vista. We have about 10 miles of a trail over 10 miles to go, and we should see the grand views of the Grand Canyon. Early in the morning, it looks so nice in here. The scenery with these mountains and cliffs, it's really cool. Yeah, the trail is not difficult at all, but the scenery is beautiful. It's an easy drive, I guess, but very enjoyable. We're getting closer. The scenery is becoming more of what you would expect in the Grand Canyon, and the trail is becoming a bit more difficult, but not that much, just a bit rocky. Still no four-wheel drive, just two-wheel drives. But it's really nice. Lots of those round cactuses that you normally would find in Home Depot, but obviously this is the desert, so they're all over the place. Yeah, it looks like the trail is becoming a little bit more rocky. I'm suspecting not that many people go this way. Okay, I think we are getting closer. I'll be curious to see this Whitmore Lookout, see how nice or not it is, and we may go to another lookout a little later, but first let's see this one. So it looks like we are starting to head down and get into that valley down below. I'm assuming that's going to take us to the lip of the Grand Canyon, to this Whitmore Lookout. But again, still very nice scenery. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right in front of us there's this like hill or mountain with like a chunk of it missing. It's so cool. Probably maybe a mini earthquake or some kind of a landslide, and a chunk of the mountain got eaten out. Anyway, we have another probably anywhere from 2 to 4 miles to that Whitmore Lookout. The scenery again stays the same scenery, but I'm starting to see the lip of the Grand Canyon. But obviously we cannot see inside yet until we get right to the edge. Alright, now we start to see the real grand of the Grand Canyon. This is really cool kind of formations over there. And we are getting closer to get to the lip of the Grand Canyon, and hopefully we'll be able to see some nice views from there. Wow, this is really cool. And we're still going down. This trail is becoming actually it's not that difficult, it's just very steep going downhill. Can't see it on camera, of course, and we may have to go back in the same trail, so it's gonna be fun, but the scenery is really nice. I already see the Colorado River, meaning I actually see water, which means this trail, will it take us all the way to the water? No way. I thought the whole Grand Canyon is like steep walls, there's no way to drive down there. But I think this is taking us, maybe not all the way to the water, but this is probably not going to be those cliff views. That's going to be a different location. But I see the water right down there. And we still have another I don't know, maybe half a mile to go, according to the map. That's gonna be interesting. Alright, it looks like we are at the edge, or at Whitmore Lookout. Let's see, it's not, it doesn't, at least at this point, it doesn't seem as impressive as I expected it to be, but maybe we should park and look and see. This is a bit too close to the edge. Oh wow, well, I take back what I said. Look at this. Oh wow, this is really nice. Look over there. So we spent about 10-15 miles riding on the road to Whitmore Lookout, and right before we got here I thought it's gonna be disappointing, but check this out. Look how cool. I'm afraid to get to the edge here, but this is really, I guess, epic is the right terminology. This is everything that we expected to see. So nice. I almost feel like staying here. Look at this. And we are parked right on the edge. This is really nice scenery. You can see the Colorado River. You can see there's a rafting, I guess, station there, and you see rafts going along the river. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's nice. And we're standing right here, right on the edge. See the difference between here and here? I wish there was a way to, a trail to go all the way down there. But I guess until they invent Overlanders with wings, we're gonna have to settle parking right here. Alright, we spent a little time here, we looked around. I think now we're gonna go and explore. There's another trail that, according to the map, looks very difficult. We're gonna try to take it to another overlook that is not a public overlook, meaning there's no campground, there's no places to park, but it according to the map it looks like it goes along the rim. But I have my doubts in terms of actually being able to make it, but we'll try. If it's too difficult, we just turn back and look for something else. What the map doesn't show you, which is a gate. I think you can open this gate and get through and close it. Let's check it out. Yeah, it says please close gate, so I'm assuming it's okay to open it and go through. So we'll open it, go through, and let's see. I don't know. We'll see if we can continue there. Okay, the closed gate is behind me. Now let's see if we can make it down the trail. Okay, it's starting interesting. I don't think it's a problem, but if that's how it starts, we'll see how it's gonna end. Like, this is steep again. Camera doesn't show how steep things are, but it's steep. Alright, so far so good. This part this next part looks easy. Alright, now the fun starts. This is a very steep hill with lots of rocks, so definitely four-wheel drive is needed. But I think I can make it easily. Alright, I have a feeling that this trail is gonna end very soon. I'm now on a part that doesn't look like a trail really, but we will see in a couple hundred feet. We will see if the trail continues or not. It looks like, yeah, it's a trail-ish. So we have to go very slow, and the crappy part is that their only way out is to go back on the same trail, which I hate to do. It's kind of boring, but we'll give it a shot anyway. So far I'm about a quarter in, so probably about a mile and a half, or maybe 2 miles into the trail. Still have another roughly 5 miles. This is very slow going. I'm going probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 miles an hour, because it's lots of rocks and pebbles, and the trail is not very smooth. And it's fine, it's just that it's going to take a long time to do the next 5 or 6 miles if it's this way the whole route or the whole way. And I really hope that it's actually worth it at the end. You know, we can just get to the end and it's just an end of the trail with nothing much to see other than the same scenery we see here. But I guess, again, this is part of the adventure. We don't know what we don't know, and we're going to find out what we don't know. Trail kind of snakes left and right, and we are going down to a little canyon, not the Grand Canyon, but another kind of canyon or a valley between the two hills. And this is okay, I think it's doable. My suspicion is that when we actually in the valley, in the bottom of this hill, kind of starting to climb up the next hill, there might be a challenging, I guess, path, because again, it doesn't seem like it's used. This trail is used very much, but it's still fun to drive, I guess. But I'm doing this with the hope of the reward at the end of it. Holy crap! What is this? Holy crap! I'm actually driving on rocks, like solid rock. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's the ground is solid rock, and that doesn't look very promising. So this is where we came from. There was a interesting crossing there, but we are going toward. See, that's the Grand Canyon there. We are going on here, and hopefully the reward on the other side is worth this crazy trail. Now, is this really smart of me to drive on this narrow road and film? Probably not. But nobody ever accused me of being the sharpest knife in a drawer. But this is cool. It's a very challenging trail. I would probably say the most challenging trail I've been on for the last few years, at least as far as I can remember. It's in some parts it's very narrow. It's very rocky, all kinds of ledges and steps and things to overcome. The truck is still doing it. It just the narrow parts of the trail are very dangerous because the road is eroding a little bit, and one wrong move and the wheel gets sucked into one of those erosions in the road, and all of us are going bye-bye, flipping down into the canyon here. So you have to be very careful, concentrate on where I'm going, and not film. We're taking a little break. This is the part between the two mountains. There's this little canyon here. Well, not a canyon, but whatever it is. And we are just crossing it now. It's solid rock, and we are about halfway down this trail. Took us so far about an hour. The whole trail, 7 miles, will take probably 2 hours to go, and then hopefully we'll find something nice on the other side, because then we have 2 hours to get back on the same trail. But even if it's just for this, just to see this, it's kind of cool, kind of nice. We're in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. The Grand Canyon is over there and goes somewhere over here. See those mountain ridges? This is the Grand Canyon. And the day is pretty nice. Leila, how hot or cold do you think it is?
65 degrees.
Yeah, probably like 65 degrees. Very comfortable. Exploring a little bit. I don't see any signs of human beings other than us. No cans, no campfires, none of that stuff. So I have to believe that most people do not venture into this area, even though this is an excellent camping spot. You can stop right where the truck is, then you have this nice area here, but I don't see any signs of human being, which is either human beings here are very good and clean after themselves, or they're just even better and not even coming here. Alright, I like challenging trails just like the next guy, but I'm ready to get some nice smooth trail. Look at this, all rocks. I'm doing maybe half a mile an hour, and this is a 7-mile trail, so I have probably another 2-3 miles to go. I really hope that the reward on the other side is worth it, but I have my doubts, but we'll see. So far we are about an hour and a half on this 7-mile stretch, that we are now probably about somewhere between 4 to 5 miles into it, so a little more to go, but so far nothing that will make me have to turn, which is good, but who knows, that may still come. I think we're gonna end up somewhere over there, right by the canyon. That's my hope. Alright, this is maybe where we cannot continue. So there is a big drop there. Now if I had normal tires, then fine. So there's a little drop here, right here. It's no big deal, I can do this. Now going down is one thing, coming back up, it's a different thing. So let's see this drop here. Oh fuck, it's not a drop. Whew! It looks like a drop from the driver's seat, but it's not. So we're good to go. False alarm. The next part here, kind of cool. We're gonna cross this solid rock and get to the other side of the trail. I don't think it should be a problem. It's solid rock. I'm not even in 4-wheel drive. Just clearance is a little bit of a challenge because it's hard to see it over the nose of the truck, but I think we should be okay. Let's see. Hopefully I'm not gonna hear like a big bang and then some clunking of metal and then the truck stop moving, but I think we're good. Wow, this is like Mojave style overlanding, and nothing scraping, not in the front and not in the rear, so we're good there. So we got to the sort of end of the trail, not end of the trail, but where we wanted to get to, and it wasn't impressive at all. So we decided to go a little more to a place that seems like it's a little closer to the canyon itself. So the ones that we saw, there are different streams or veins, I guess, that flow into the Grand Canyon, and in their own rights they are tiny little canyons, but it's nothing like the Grand Canyon. So we're gonna try to go a little more, and it seems like the trail gets a little closer to the actual Grand Canyon. We'll give it another try, maybe 15-20 minutes. If we don't see anything exciting, we'll just turn around and start heading back, which is again about 2.5 hours of this fun, bumpy, rocky trail. Alright, so we did this 7-8 mile trail. The trail was okay, very challenging. There were some things to see, you know, those little ravines that kind of merge into the Grand Canyon, but we didn't get to reach the actual Grand Canyon. So we're making a U-turn and heading back. and I'm probably going to take a little break from filming until we get to the main road, which is probably about 2.5 hours, and we'll see you on the other side. We got off that crazy trail, and now in a second you'll see what's in front of me. Yeah. What do you think about what's in front of us?
It's nice.
Think people will guess?
Yeah.
Hmm? We're gonna stay here for maybe an hour or so, eat a little bit, pay my dues to the beer gods, and then keep going. So that's actually a first for me, sitting literally on the ledge, look, on the ledge of the Grand Canyon and drinking a cold one.
And boy, would we never get to forget
There are a
that.
bunch of other people here. Looks like they're also off-roading. If this is not their life, then I don't know what it is. Look at this. Leila, what are you drinking?
I'm gonna drink sparkling apple cider.